Welcome to For Your Life, a half hour of information and entertainment, plus delicious recipes and meal ideas to inspire your family this fall. I'm Stacey Englehart. Well, like many of you, I belong to a monthly book club, but when it's my turn to host, I get cold feet about what to serve. Luckily, Chef Christine Cushing and I are in the same club, and she came over early to help out. Stacey, thank you so much for coming over.
My pleasure. I hope that kitchen's ready for some cooking.
Hosting the book club, I have no idea what I was going to make.
That's why I'm here. Already the outside looks amazing. Great kitchen.
So Christine, I picked up the feta and the orzo just like you asked.
Awesome, and I brought some beautiful veggies that I thought would be great and a few little tricks in my bag.
What are we making today?
Because we're having the girls over for the whole book club and all, I thought it would be nice to have something in individual portions.
Oh, I like that idea.
And what I was thinking is a little warm tart. The feta's gonna be in there. And now to complement it, I thought let's do something cold or room temperature in a salad, and maybe the orzo, again with the beautiful feta crumbled on top. You like it?
I love it.
So first thing we gotta do, I'm gonna get the veggies on the grill, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay.
Okay, the veggies are looking amazing.
They do look fantastic.
So I think now that these are grilled, we can just assemble the salad first.
Okay.
Sounds good?
What can I do?
Okay, I'm gonna put you in charge of the zesting of the lemon. All right, so let me just start chopping these babies up. Because pasta is almost like a canvas, you know? It's a little bit starchy, but it's very neutral. You wanna give it some oomph. You want oomph? Garlic, baby. So what I like to do with that is just give it a little hit of salt. This is, again, a chef trick. Mince the garlic so it's really fine so you don't get big globs. All right, so that's good. I'm gonna add that right away now to the orzo. With the veggies, you can go in with as much as you like. You want more veggies, add more veggies. Remember we talked about the flavor?
Yes.
This is gonna kick it up too, and you can hit me with all of that.
Okay.
Right in there. I'm gonna hit it with some cracked black pepper. So for a recipe like this, Stacey, I say you gotta go with fresh herbs. It makes all the difference. How do you feel about the Kalamata olives?
I love olives.
Yeah, I'm a big olive freak too. For me, it's all about the ingredients and the quality and the flavor that they each deliver. That's gonna make this dish a boom.
You know, the smell is to die for.
We're gonna use the beautiful shakeable feta. Really, we wanna add it because it's gonna add texture as well as flavor, right? So we're adding a bit and then we're gonna toss it and taste. So let's do some tasting. See what we think. No double dipping though, right? Boom. Fantastic.
Amazing. I love how good that feta is. It just adds such a nice depth.
Coming up, meet the Millers.
But if this is the one you want, we can make an offer and see what happens.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, let's do it.
With the frequency of heavy rains on the rise, thousands of Canadians are suffering losses from water damage each year.
And later,
And these are caramelized shallots, feta, and red pepper warm tarts. I know you're gonna love it.
So it turns out that I'm not the only one who can use some help in the kitchen. Megan and Kevin have been married for just over a year, but because of their work commitments and schedules, they find it difficult to have evening meals together, which means a lot of expensive takeout. Home economist Joyce Parslow has stopped by to help Megan and Kevin bring wholesome, simple, and budget-wise meals to the table.
I really don't know what to do when it comes to buying meats.
There's lots of meat to choose from here.
A lot.
And I think I'm going to choose the cross-rib pot roast for you.
Ooh, yummy.
And it makes a great anchor for a healthy plate here with your seasonal vegetables. That'll really make a great, nourishing meal.
As a home economist and a mom, I help families get budget-wise, wholesome meals to their tables.
Getting comfortable with cooking is gonna make us comfortable having more people over and family over and entertaining and barbecuing.
Now you say you're confused when you get to the meat counter.
Yes.
We've got a great app to help you figure out how to buy your meat. It'll tell you how to cook the cut, and there's lots of great recipes too.
Perfect.
Yeah, let's get going.
Okay,
Back to the
perfect.
kitchen.
So Megan, you've got this beautiful kitchen. What's the problem with you trying to get a nice home-cooked meal on the table?
The biggest challenge for us is our staggered schedules. Kevin's 9 to 5, I'm getting home late, we just end up throwing in a frozen pizza.
Well, you know, there's this great new website called the yummylunchclub.ca. Because what you need is a strategy where you cook a meal once and then you use the leftovers to make a great lunch next day. Technology can go a long way to help with confidence in the kitchen. I'll just take you through it a bit. See, they've got recipes here. And look, there's even a great video for the Greek pot roast that we're gonna make.
Oh, that looks delicious. Now, how would I incorporate that when I'm getting home late at evenings?
Well, this is why I thought the pot roast was a good solution for you, because you can cook it like it shows in the video in a cast iron roaster, but for you, you probably need to turn to your slow cooker. Put it in there in the morning, and it just takes minutes to prepare. And then it cooks all day, simmers away, the meat gets beautiful and tender, it makes its own sauce. You come home to a fabulous meal.
That would help us out so much.
And you get leftovers to make lunch the next day, and the website can really help you know how to turn that into a fabulous lunch for the two of you too.
Today's been great, learning new recipe and how to extend it into lunch.
So we've got our cross-rib pot roast, and there's very little you need to do to get this ready. So we're just gonna season it. You do the
Okay.
pepper, I'll do
Okay,
salt. Season it all over, good.
Ooh, that looks good.
That's all you need to do to the roast.
Okay.
For the sauce, we just have a basic tomato sauce. So I'm just gonna add some oregano to it. And then we're gonna put some olives in. Have you put in an olive before?
Never have.
It's easy to do with a knife. You can just do that, and then you pull the pit out.
Okay.
Want to give that a whirl? Or you can
Let's
just use your thumb. So that's all it is to it, really.
Wow.
So why don't we just pour in our olives here, and you give it a stir. So I'm just gonna pop this into the slow cooker, and then we're ready to go.
Oh, awesome.
So that's all there is to it. You could easily do that in the morning.
Absolutely.
So let's get the sauce on. Just pour it
that
over
on
top.
top.
Yeah. And I like to cook this on low, because if you cook it on high, you sort of reduce its ability to tenderize. So it'll take about 8 hours. You know, we're all done here. You're ready to go to work now.
That's great. Thank you, Joyce.
Oh, you're welcome. It was great to see Megan get so comfortable using her slow cooker.
Megan.
I'm in the kitchen. How are ya?
Fantastic.
Oh, good.
How about yourself? What do we have here?
We have a Greek pot roast and 2 different types of salads.
You must have been really busy with Joyce today.
It was awesome with Joyce.
Oh, it's a lot
Yeah.
of food.
You know what? It is a lot of food, but it's great because we can pack this up for lunch tomorrow and take
Yeah.
it to work.
Perfect.
Yeah, so cook once and eat twice.
Cook once, eat twice. The Greek pot roast turned into a great next day lunch.
What can I do?
Actually, you can toss the salad there. Today's meal tasted phenomenal. The roast was melt in your mouth. Kevin wanted thirds. It was so good, and I think it's something really easy that I can do on a weekly basis, something that I can pick up easily.
For more tasty recipes and helpful videos, visit yummylunchclub.ca.
Like Megan and Kevin, the Millers are recently married and looking to buy their first home. A huge undertaking for most couples, but the Millers had some help navigating through the world of real estate. Here's their story.
Meet the Millers. As first-time home buyers, they just made one of the biggest purchases of their lives. How'd they do it?
I'm going to look into properties that match your criteria. Okay, so I'll be in touch soon.
All right, great. With the search underway, the Millers prioritized their dream home must-haves. And Daniel consulted his network to find them properties for
Daniel
consideration.
speaking. Oh, hey. Yeah, I have a couple who might like that listing you were telling me about. Can we set up a time to see the home?
And after seeing several properties, they ended up at this
Now,
house.
this is more like it.
Yeah, do you know if there have been a lot of showings?
It's been on the market for a few days, and the listing realtor says there has been a lot of showings. But if this is the one you want, we can make an offer and see what happens.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, let's do it. So what do we do now?
While the Millers imagined what owning this home would be like, Daniel did his research to come up with a recommended offer price that was fair and realistic. He also outlined the next steps towards buying their home.
Daniel speaking. Oh, hey, great to hear from you. Yeah, I'll have their offer to you by 8 tonight. Can you let me know when the presentation time is confirmed?
After some back and forth between the Millers and the sellers,
That's it. I'll call the seller's realtor and let them know you've agreed to their counteroffer. All right. Congratulations, you're going to be homeowners. Oh my God.
while the Millers celebrated, Daniel took the signed contracts back to his office to finalize the necessary paperwork. The Millers gave notice to their landlord, and Daniel moved the sale forward, making sure nothing was missed.
The Millers are satisfied with their home inspection. So I'll ask them to sign a notice of fulfillment and have it over to you shortly. Okay, perfect. Bye.
And that's how the Millers bought their first home.
With me is Pat Verge, president of the Ontario Real Estate Association. Well, thanks so much for joining us today, Pat.
Thank you for having me, Stacey.
So what are some of the advantages of working with a realtor when buying a home?
Well, I think you should call a realtor as soon as you're even thinking about buying a home, because we can certainly walk you through the process and make sure that you qualify for a mortgage and help you with your needs and wants and get to know where you want to live so that we can provide the best service we can and find the right neighborhood. And then when we're showing you properties, the fun starts when we start to write an offer and make up all the clauses that will protect you in this most important transaction of your life.
So what kind of services do realtors offer to home sellers?
With home sellers, we like to sit down and figure out why you're moving and where you're going, and to be able to assist you the best we can. Then what we do is a market analysis, looking at all the comparables in your neighborhood, the houses for sale and the ones that have sold, so we can arrive at a realistic listing price. We want to be able to list it at the right price, because if it's too high, then we won't get as many buyers looking at it. And if it's too low, you could miss out on thousands of dollars.
What kind of training do realtors receive?
Well, we have a lot of training, and it's always ongoing as well. First, they undergo the salesperson registration education, which is provided by OREA's Real Estate College on behalf of the Real Estate Council of Ontario, RECO, our governing body. And then they have 2 years to take courses that we call articling courses. And of course, they're working with a brokerage, so they're also being trained in their sales offices as well. They must be a member of their real estate board and OREA and CREA. And we adhere to a very strict code of ethics in dealing with the public.
So what advice would you have for anyone considering buying or selling a home?
I think the first thing to do is call us. We want you to be very happy in your new home or with the sale of your home.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today,
Thank
Pat.
you.
Now that you've bought your first home, it's important to protect it. Across the country, residential properties are being damaged by climate-related storms, leaving homeowners concerned about the effects of an increasingly unpredictable environment.
With the frequency of heavy rains on the rise, thousands of Canadians are suffering losses from water damage each year. Heavy rain in a short period can overburden your local sewer system and also cause rivers, lakes, and ponds to swell quickly. But homeowners can protect themselves with a few simple steps. Make sure all exterior landscaping slopes away from the home. Have a backwater valve professionally installed on your main drain. This valve prevents sewage from coming back into the home when the system is overloaded. Also, consider having a sump pump pit. A sump pump connected to a weeping tile draws excess water from around your foundation and pushes it away from your home.
Aviva Canada is pleased to be offering overland water coverage, the first of its kind in Canada. It will be an excellent product that we expect all residential customers will want to have. It will provide them with certainty and peace of mind against water damage, protecting their homes.
For more information on how to weather protect your home year-round, contact your insurance broker.
With me is Dan Sanding from the Institute for Catastrophic Loss Reduction. Welcome, Dan.
Well, thanks very much for having me.
Thanks so much for joining us today. So, residential property damage is on the rise. Can you tell us why?
Sure, insurers seem to be experiencing more claims related to flooding and extreme rainfall. We're seeing more extreme rainfall events occur in urban areas, and more people are making claims related to water coming in their basements. Another big factor is plumbing failures in people's homes.
Now, Dan, in terms of property damage, I hear that water is surpassing fire as the leading cause.
Yeah, insurers seem to be seeing more water damage related claims. And one reason is because more people are finishing their basements or living in their basements. They have expensive furniture, TVs and couches and things like that. So when their basements flood, all that stuff has to be replaced. And also basements have to be professionally cleaned, especially after a sewer backup event.
Now, Dan, according to the video, overland water damage is becoming a problem. Can you tell us what that is and how it's different from flooding and sewer backup?
Typically, homeowners are affected by 3 different types of flooding. There's overland flooding, which is basically water flowing over the surface of the ground. It comes into homes through windows and doors. Sewer backup comes from the municipal sewer system. When it becomes overloaded, water gets pushed back in through plumbing. And seepage flooding, which is basically groundwater seeping into the basement through cracks. Another important distinction is between flooding that happens as a result of rivers overflowing and lakes overflowing, and flooding that happens as a result of extreme rainfall. And any homeowner in an urban area can be affected by extreme rainfall flooding, but only a small number of Canadian homeowners are vulnerable to flooding from lakes and rivers and that sort of thing.
Now, Dan, besides what was mentioned in the video, how can homeowners protect themselves?
Well, one more important thing that homeowners can do if they've had flooding is give their municipality a call and tell them how the water came in their basement. Did it come up through a floor drain? Did it come over the surface? Your municipality is very interested in that information because it helps them identify the problems with municipal infrastructure. Another thing that you can do is ask your municipality what you should be doing in your own property to reduce risk. Every single home, every single neighborhood, and every single city is different. So it's very important to go direct to your municipality for information.
Well, thank you so much, Dan.
Of course, anytime.
For more information about how to protect your home, visit avivacanada.com.
Coming up. Today is a very special day. I'm honored to be entertaining the founders of the Italian Contemporary Film Festival. I have a great recipe in mind.
Hey, Cristiano!
Ciao, Cristiano! Benvenuto!
Grazie.
The next thing I'd like you to do is just place in a few of the diced roasted peppers on top. Okay, and while you're doing that, I'm gonna take this beautiful chunk feta and I'm gonna cut it into cubes.
I can't thank you enough, Christine.
It's been my pleasure.
I was so nervous to host it. Celebrity chef Massimo loves all things Italian. Food, wine, and also films. He recently caught up with old friends from the Italian Contemporary Film Festival. They talked Fellini and tasted delicious appetizers prepared by Massimo and made with Galbani fresh mozzarella.
I love coming to the restaurant in the morning when it's quiet, just before the rush. You know, this is how I meditate and I prepare for the rest of the day. Today is a very special day. I'm honored to be entertaining the founders of the Italian Contemporary Film Festival. I have a great recipe in mind. Spring rolls with mozzarella, sun-dried tomato, prosciutto. Super tasty, super delicate, and very Italian. And all you need for this is spring roll wrappers. beautiful spring roll wrappers. You can buy them in almost any supermarket. We have prosciutto crudo, the pride of Italy, right here. Break it in half, lay it flat, just like that. A little sun-dried tomato paste, just like so. I take some pickled peppers, because they're good to give me a little bit of zing, you know? You need always something interesting in the palate. A little basil leaf. Basil is very good with mozzarella. And then lots of mozzarella. Now, by putting prosciutto on the pastry and then wrapping it, you're protecting the pastry from getting soggy with the fresh mozzarella. And then we just proceed in wrapping it just like any other spring roll. Roll it as tight as possible. Fold the ends inward, just like that, and then finish rolling. A little bit of water, so this will stick properly. That's it. That's a beautiful spring roll, ready to be fried. The best thing to do is to have hot oil in a deep pot and don't fill it too much. And the perfect temperature for frying is 360 degrees, which is, this one here is just about right. The faster you fry it and the better it is, the less oil will go into your food. The benefit of using fresh mozzarella is that the mozzarella is more milky, so there is more flavor, it's more tender, it's more sweet. It is absolutely beautiful to bite into. That's all done. An altro festival.
Un altro anno, another year.
Congratulations on all the success of the
Thank you very much,
ICFF.
Massimo.
Any crazy stars coming through from Italy?
We had Roberto Benigni came to our festival, and you know Benigni is always you know a pyrotechnical, exactly animated. Hey Cristiano.
Ciao Cristiano, benvenuto.
Grazie.
Italian style spring roll.
Wow, fantastic.
We have mozzarella Galbani.
Of course.
Careful che c'è prosciutto, eh?
Very good, actually. With the combination of the mozzarella.
Yeah, a little bit of prosciutto.
Perfect.
But originally is a cheese, pasta filata they call it, and it is made in Naples, in Campania, right? Benigni
is from Tuscany.
He's from Tuscany,
but I believe his wife.
The wife is from Cesena, close to Rimini, probably
Close
you know
to Rimini.
Yeah.
One of my favorite movie directors is from Rimini. Yeah, Federico Fellini.
Wow.
I grew up in the time of Amarcord.
Of a fantastic
You know what they used to
director.
say? There is no end, there is no beginning. There is only the infinite passion for life.
Wow.
Bellissima.
It's amazing, yeah.
Are you wondering how my book club meeting worked out? Chef Christine and I created another delicious appetizer, warm feta tarts, and it received rave reviews from our critics.
Oh, those are looking perfect.
So, just gonna scoop these onions.
So these are actually shallots. They're related, but they're a little bit different. And again, it's all about the details, right? But it's gonna give us a really nice, rich flavor for these tarts. So these are individual tart shells. So I just thought it would be easier if we bought them pre-made, and I baked them for about 10 or 15 minutes. So they're kind of half-baked or blind baked, that's what that's called. Now we're gonna start filling and assembling the tarts.
Okay.
So can you fill the bottom with just a little bit of that caramelized shallot, please?
Will do.
With any quiche, you want to mix your filling or your liaison. This is what binds it together.
Okay.
So this is just eggs and milk.
That's it.
Super easy. So I'm going to put the last egg in there. The next thing I'd like you to do is just place in a few of the diced roasted peppers on top.
Okay.
Okay, and while you're doing that, I'm going to take this beautiful chunk feta and I'm going to cut it into cubes. So why did I pick the feta for this particular dish was, just imagine sweetness of the shallot, then this nice salty, tangy feta, crunch of the pastry, hello.
And the nice spice of the onion.
Oh yeah, the book lovers are not gonna know what hit them. So just like little squares, so that they're gonna be visible, but not humongous bits.
It's
right?
almost like sugar cubes.
Almost like sugar cubes. That's a perfect way. So I would say a couple in each, just like that. I'll give you a few so we can share the fun in each. And this part, again, when looking at the recipe, you always want it to just have the feeling that you made it, that your imprint is on it. You know, you can add a little more cheese, a little less cheese, however you like it. Now again, for color, let's sprinkle with a little bit of dill.
Oh, and the dill smells amazing.
And dill, by the way, is incredible with feta. So one other little secret I have for this fabulous tart, this mixture, or the liaison, always is great with a bit of fresh nutmeg. Have you ever tried a fresh nutmeg before?
I have it in my cupboard, but I don't think I ever use it. But
Okay.
normally I have the powder.
The powder, okay. So the difference with the powder is gonna be a lot flatter because it's been ground who knows when. Smell that.
Oh wow, that smells amazing.
Isn't that incredible how the aroma is? So anything with milk and eggs, cheese, nutmeg is incredible. All we want to do here now is say, look at these beautiful bits of feta, and they're popping up through there. That's what I like.
So just enough to even out.
Just enough to just like that, so it's not filling over.
Okay.
Okay, that's that. So Stacy, this can go in the oven, 350 for about 20 minutes.
Sounds good.
Oh, look at our salad.
Christine, what did we make again?
Okay, so ladies, what I thought we would enjoy is a little orzo roasted or grilled vegetable with feta salad with the beautiful Kalamata olives. And these are caramelized shallots, feta, and red pepper warm tarts. I know you're gonna love it.
I can't thank you enough, Christine.
It's been my pleasure.
It turned out to be an amazing book club. I was so nervous to host it. And without you, I couldn't have done this.
My pleasure. It was a lot of fun being in there, and I think the girls really like it because that's the whole point, right?
Exactly. Thanks for watching For Your Life. For more information about the products we featured, or to be on the show, visit fifthstory.com. I'm Stacey Engelhardt. See you next time.